everyone, it's Julia and welcome back to my channel. I'm going to be doing another sweatshirt transformation today. I first of all want to thank all my new subscribers. I've just been blown away with all the response I've been getting. I think YouTube picked up one of my sweatshirt transformation videos. And so I've been getting a lot of people, a lot of views on some of my old sweatshirt transformation. And it's been fun. I purchased some new sweatshirts. And I'll have these in my Etsy shop and my summer shop as well. So I'm going to be periodically throughout the next few weeks doing some new sweatshirt transformation. Today I'm working on a gray color. I like using gray. It's neutral. You can just add any colors to it. I do use a lot of comfort colored sweatshirts, and this is style 1466. I use two different styles. I'll just explain a little bit about the difference of them. I'll link my wholesaler down below, but I'll also link an Amazon listing if I can find them on Amazon. Then you could just buy, one at a time and your size that you want. This is a style 1466, and it is 100% cotton. There are no side seams on this style. These are a unisex sizing, which just means that there's more fabric, like under the arms, and the shoulders are going to drop a little bit. I think this is the size large. So they do run very roomy. They're very comfortable. They're pigment dyed. What else can I say about them? They're awesome sweatshirts. I have used them for years. I've had really good luck with them. The next style that I use a lot is the 1566. That one's a little bit heavier, and it's an 80 cotton, 20 poly, and that one does have side seams. Just a little bit of a difference there. I do like the lighter weight ones. I use them both. I use them both a lot, so either one works great. Because this is such a neutral color, I thought it would be fun. My idea in this is to do a color block with some bright colors, and I found these fat quarters. They're just wonderful base colors, and they're just wow, pop of color. So I'm going to be using this. Going to be doing a little bit of deconstruction on it. I think I'm going to cut the cuffs off and maybe some of the band. We'll see how it all turns out. But yeah, let's get started. I want to find the center front of this shirt, and now this doesn't have side seams, but by laying it flat, I can kind of tell where the side seams are. And so I'm just folding it and putting a pin in the center front. And I'm going to do the same to the neckline. I'm just going to figure out where those shoulder seams are and put a pin in that center front of the neckband. And then I'm going to take this and just going to press this center front. Just want to have a crease in it so I can tell where that center front is. I'm not going to cut this all the way down the center. I'm not going to completely open it, but I do want to just put a slice at the neckline about 3 or 4 inches down. This just gives it some more wiggle room around the neck so it's not so tight. And then I thought I'm going to cut part of this neckband off. I'm just going to cut right down the center of it just to add some interest. It's going to have like a double layer there. And then for the bottom, I'm going to cut up on one side, just right through the waist, right through that waistband, and up about 3 or 4 inches. This is just going to be an asymmetrical cut. Again, it's going to give it a little bit more wiggle room around the bottom. And then this too, I'm going to cut right down the center of this waistband, and it's going to just, like I said, just add a little bit more interest to it. And it's going to, so you can see the 2 layers of it. It's just kind of a neat look. Cutting off the cuffs, and I'm going to cut right above the seam on the cuff. And do the same to the other cuff as well, just right above that seam. I'm going to take it to my sewing machine, and I'm going to just straight stitch on each of these slits. And then on the sleeve itself, I'm just going to roll it back once and straight stitch right around each of these sleeve bottoms. And again, I'm at my sewing machine and I'm going to just edge stitch this. These sweatshirts are so stable that they don't fray at all. You can also, if you want to completely edge stitch it with a zigzag or a buttonhole type blanket stitch, you sure could. But I like the straight stitch too. It works just fine for this. And then also straight stitch each of these sleeves. I'm going to cuff these sleeves, and so you're not going to see that raw edge at all. Have my Sizzix Big Shot out, and I'm going to cut a 3-inch square and then some circles. This you certainly could cut these without this Sizzix Big Shot. I have been collecting dies for many years. I use this a lot just to cut my fabric. I have Heat and Bond Light on the back of these. And I'm going to cut 3 of these squares out. And I can cut 3 layers all at once. I'm just going to roll it through. People ask me all the time why I lay mine. I put my fabric on top of my die instead of underneath. I don't think it really matters. I find it cuts really well both ways, but I like to see where my fabric is when I'm running it through. That's the only reason why I do it this way. Now I'm cutting out my circles, again, 1 of each of the colors. Wow, these are so bright. And I also am cutting out some of the little ones too, those little circles. Now to lay this out on my shirt. You don't see this, but I'm laying these right above that bottom slit. And I'm going to put 3 of these squares all the way up. So this isn't just going to, again, asymmetrical. But I can still sort of see that center crease that I ironed in. So I know that they're pretty straight. I'm then adding the little circles. I had just one little spot on those circles that didn't quite cut that I took my scissors to. Pressing these all on now, I took that paperback adhesive off. And then I'm going to add those little circles to the top of my slits. And also one on each of the sleeve bottoms. I cuffed it and I'm going to add that little circle. I have the cuff quite deep, but you could certainly turn it down a little if you wanted to. And back to my sewing machine. I have my free motion foot on, and I did put a gray thread, just an all-purpose thread on the top. And I believe I have my bobbin thread, just regular bobbin thread on the bottom. Bobbin thread, you can get it in white or black. Those are the 2 colors that I have it in. And it's a little lighter weight than an all-purpose thread. And I'm going over these twice. I'm going around each of these, just edge stitching it. I'm making sure that I don't have anything bunched up underneath. I'm just going through that one layer of the sweatshirt. Once I'm around it, now this time I'm going to do more of a wavy stitch. And then at that, just if I don't have it quite perfect, it almost looks like I meant to do it that way. It's just an easy way to edge stitch these. Now going around the circle, and I'm going to do that the same way. The second time around, I'm going to do a little bit more of a wavy line. And I finish them all off that way, and you can see what it looks like. I think this is going to be a fun spring sweatshirt. And this is what it looks like on. I hope you enjoyed this, everybody. I hope you have a chance to create this week. Like I said, I'm going to be doing some more sweatshirt transformations throughout the next few weeks. Bye for now.